Hey guys, this is Wheels, and this is a Wheel movie review. We're talking about Tenet today. I saw Tenet recently at a drive-in. That was actually kind of fun, because with COVID right now, you can't really get out much, and it was nice to do this. I would say that this film is, well, it's a bit confusing, to say the least. Had me kind of going like this a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Well, anyways, I feel like this was supposed to be an art house film, but I think that it got a little bit convoluted. I think it kind of like is an art house action film, basically. But I would say that it is very confusing, and I don't prefer movies that spoon feed you at all. Like I don't want that from a movie. I want it to kind of like let my mind sort of work, but this kind of overworked my mind and put me in a place where I was like, I'm not sure what's going on here, and it just seemed like a lot of information to put in your brain at one time. Because what's the movie, like 2 hours or something like that? I just think it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, and I think that this film is going to require rewatches. At least from my perspective, I felt like very confused. I did watch an analysis video after I had watched the film the next day, and it did explain some of the pieces of it, but there's still bits and pieces of it that I think are a bit confusing. Um, I would say that this film could appeal to general audiences, but I don't think. Um, I mean, I think you might still get something out of it because the action sequences are very awesome. Even if the story is confusing, the sequences alone, the way that they did some of the stuff, the way that it's edited is pretty cool. Just because of the way that, just like with what it's about, which I don't want to give up anything about because I feel like it's going to ruin part of it. Um, so for this one, I'm really not saying much about the plot because I feel like the plot itself would give up it gives up a kind of a portion of the film that kind of makes you be like, okay, you kind of realize, oh, this is what they're doing with this. This is what they're exploring. Um, and I would say that it's just not the easiest thing to digest. Um, I would say that David Washington, I forget what he goes by the middle name too, but him and Robert Pattinson as Pattinson being the co-star in this one, they really did a good job. There was really a good dynamic. I really did believe them as being partners. It seemed very believable. Um, and they both did a phenomenal job. The acting in this was superb. I think it was very good. Um, this film was a little bit confusing though. It was definitely, well, I would say a lot of it. I came out of it and was like, whoa, this was a lot to take in. I just felt like overload. I really felt overload, and I felt like Nolan could have fed us a little bit more to kind of piece together some of this. Um, but I definitely feel like the film is designed to be rewatched. I think there's even a possibility of a sequel to this. I I wouldn't do it if I was him. I think it would be a terrible idea. But I did see where there could possibly be an opening to where you could open this up to a second movie. I would not suggest it though, by any means. So if we're rating the movie out of 10, I would say about 4 stars. And the reason why I give it that is because, well, Christopher Nolan did a pretty good job. But I give it that because I feel like the confusion. I feel like there's a bit of confusion that was created by this film. Other than that, I think it's worth checking out. I think it's definitely worth your viewing. It's worth your time. I would say it's not a waste because it's one of the bigger. It's got a bigger budget than a lot of the films that we're going to see this year. So I feel like there was a lot of good action. It was a lot of fun in a lot of ways. So I don't think you won't leave You won't leave feeling like there's a dull moment. This film did not leave any dull moments for me. So I would say that there are confusing moments, but I would say it's never dull. I mean, you're always either trying to process something or you're viewing some action sequence of some sort. Um, the dialogue back and forth, I think, was very well done. Um, and I think overall it's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie, and it was nice to see something kind of on a bigger budget, kind of come out in 2020. So, and I know there's some big budget films that have come out in 2020, but I'm just saying, when I think of big films, this is kind of a big film, I would say. Um, and Nolan did a pretty good job. Overall, he did a pretty good job. So definitely check out this film. Also, guys, I wanted to let you know that we're going to be doing some horror movies. We're going to be looking into some of those. We're going to, I think we're going to just talk about some films. Not everything's going to be a wheel movie review. So just look out for some of that stuff coming up, guys. And again, thanks for watching. And if you don't mind, click that subscribe button. Also, you can check out my live streams on twitch.tv. The Wheelchair Gamer would love to have you. You can come in and we can maybe talk about some film. I would love that. I'm also debating on whether or not I might do a live stream talking about film. So I think that might be a fun thing. It might be a regular thing where we can get together and we can talk about these things. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a great day and keep it wheel.